basement, me, my pen and my pad. Started thinking about things I never had. Was broke as a joke, ain't never laughed.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy, Philly Talk with PA. Always give it a sec, always give it a buck. We got one instant reaction. We just got back, little meeting, little dinner action. You know your boy. Riq Woolen, 1 year, 15 M's. Philadelphia Eagles first signee, free agency. Obviously, started yesterday. And Jalen Phillips, Kobe Dean, Reed Blankenship, Jahan Dotson, all key guys. I can name the best play. Jahan, Super Bowl catch, should have been a touchdown. Reed, exciting whites. The Kobe, first friend of the show. Jalen Phillips said was the happiest day of his life when he got traded first day with the Eagles. So you lost those guys. People are like, Howie, what are you doing? First off, people should be focused on what the heck are the Broncos doing? That's the team people should be really focusing on, because the Broncos are not careful. I'm not saying that they're like all of a sudden become road beaters overnight, but the Las Vegas Raiders are coming. We're going to talk about Tom Brady and the Las Vegas Raiders in a second. We're going to get into this, but it's Riq Woolen. So now the corner spot is good. Adoree Jackson, Jacorian Bennett. Like, it didn't matter who was out there besides Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean. Because CeeDee cooked the first game of the season. George Pickens cooked the second game of the season. Literally every single time. Emeka Egbuka. I'm trying to, just every wide receiver, common wide receiver you went up against, they cooked. They went off. You had the four-string receiver on the Giants cooking. Thielen, Ringo, that's the other culprit that was getting cooked on the outside. So now you solidified that side of the field. Howie Roseman. So this is why I'm trusting Howie Roseman. And this is why, because Howie Roseman is not the GM that listens to the fans. And they're saying, Howie, what are you doing? Howie Roseman worked. I was just talking about Howie Roseman with some people. Howie Roseman, this is why we trust in Howie Roseman. Because when the time comes, he's always going to make the right decision. Howie Roseman sends Chip Kelly. Like the whole demotion thing, and Jeffrey Lurie realized, like, hey, I made a mistake here. Howie, keys to the truck, you got it back, and he's driven the team 2 Super Bowls since. But this is great. Now, to Riq Woolen, obviously there was a holding issue. We can't forget when he trash talked. Who was it? Puka and Sean McVay, like in the championship, in the very next play. He got the roughing the passer that advanced the drive. Very next play, 42-yard touchdown on his head. So you can't forget that Riq Woolen can still, slip up, but he's still very good. I mean, obviously Seattle. Shout out Aiden. Shout out James. Seahawks fans in the back. You had Witherspoon, Emmanuel. Hey. But this is very extremely good. Seahawks. So Riq Woolen, whatever Seahawks fans want to feel about him, very solid corner. He's gone. Kobe Bryant, I think he was in the slot, because either Witherspoon or Kobe Bryant was in the slot. Kobe Bryant, Bears. So Seattle, you got to revamp, got to retool. But Riq Woolen, I'm super excited. Even though there's no Christian Parker level, development with the DBs, you saw, Q, Coop. This is very exciting. This is exactly what the Eagles needed. And then here, I'm confused. I'm confused why Howie did not go for. I mean, we look back on it. Yes, there's the Jair Alexander and his whole mental health or injury thing, and we wish Jair the best. And Michael Carter, but those guys didn't really work out. And so we were like, hey, Riq Woolen, I said it, and we're going to put it up. I said around the trade deadline, Riq Woolen, 100% a name Eagles should be targeting. Because Seahawks fans were starting to turn on this dude. And what do you know? See, that's what I'm saying. When I say I'm always right, and shout out Sydney because we go back and forth, and she's like, "Paul, you have like the worst takes of all time." This is why. I'm always going to stand on what I say because things that might sound crazy, you know, 4 months, 5 months ago, now look at your boy. But hey, Eagles got the guy. That's enough. That's a lot about Riq Woolen. You just talked about departures. So when the Kobe Dean leaving tells me Jahad Campbell, in the words of Diamond Jim, it's time to get up and go. It's time to get up and go. Jahad Campbell's second season. We saw when Kobe was out, and this was the determining factor for Howie and the guys deciding. When Kobe was out, Jahad Campbell stepped up. He was playing edge. He was playing the Sam Mike, middle of the field. That he was the only play he really got burnt was that touchdown. I think it was Bucky Irving, that wheel route on the left side of the field. But Jahad Campbell, very solid rookie season. And, Nakobe, it's a lot of money. Can't pay everybody. That's a good problem to have. And you can't pay everyone because there's so many good players rather than your Commanders and everybody just sucks. And, you don't really want to pay them because they just suck. But Nakobe's out and Jahad Campbell now. His time to shine. Him and Zach Bond for at least 2 more seasons. Really excited about the linebacker group. Still got Jeremiah Trotter. Def Peace. Reed Blankenship. We knew that was going to happen. Most likely as well. He goes to a team that the one thing they're going to do is play some defense. And now, top 2 right now after Reed Blankenship, Jaquan Brisker, CJ Gardner-Johnson. 2 former Bears last season. Now, whichever one you get, I think is going to be really great. But I really think Jaquan Brisker or CJ Gardner-Johnson is a guy Eagles should be going after. Now, Reed Blankenship no longer there. Jalen Phillips, you just paid Jordan Davis, highest paid nose tackle in NFL history, 3 years, 78. Jalen Carter, I saw some report from an Eagles page that's not as credible as the others, and none of the other Eagles pages were posting that Jalen Carter is actively being shopped with Green Bay. So I'm not buying that. Last official thing was Eagles are actively working on Jalen Carter to re-sign extension. So you got Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter. There is no money. When Nolan Smith's time comes up, his time will come up, I think, the next year. Because I don't think that I'm forgetting what Georgia players were in the first 2 rounds together. Because Jalen Carter was 2023, the year the Eagles were terrible. I forgot what year. I think Nolan Smith was also 23 as well. So Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis was first round, 13th pick, 2022. Nakobe Dean, I was praying for it. I was hoping. I was on my knees. I think the Giants passed on him, and then the Bears passed on him. And Eagles got Nakobe, 3rd round, steal. I was saying in college, Nakobe Dean, next, Bobby Wagner, potential. Now, obviously, because of injury, he hasn't really been able to live up to that, but still very good, all-pro level linebacker. I've been talking about Nakobe Dean since 2020. All right, so all of a sudden, Nakobe Glaze, they are trying to say I'm on. We've been on the Nakobe train for 6 years. So you had him, Jordan Davis, 2022, Eagles' first Super Bowl run. Next year, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith. I think Keely Ringo was also 2022, 5th, 6th round. But that's how the Georgia Dogs and Smale Munden last year's draft, 6th round or something. But Georgia, there's a very good chance, especially if Dallas Goedert leaves. We're going to talk about draft guys. We already talked to some draft guys like Avion Terrell, Keontae Scott, Oscar Delp. That I feel that if there's any player that's coming from Georgia to the Eagles this year, especially if Dallas Goddard leaves, it would be Oscar Delp. Um, Under the radar, physical, blocking, also can receive, can catch. Um, yeah, Oscar Delp, really excited to see what he could do, especially if Dallas Goddard leaves. I think Howie goes in that direction in the first round. If not that, then you get a because now you don't really have to go that DB route. Keontae Scott, Avion Terrell. Maybe if you want to get him, if you're not doing Riq Woolen long term, you want to get like a rookie in there. Um, so yeah, you still want to do Keontae Scott or Avion Terrell. But Georgia Dogs do well with the Eagles, so Oscar Delp, main name to look out for. Come back to this. Now there's this other team that's making moves like the first time ever. Or I'm like, wow, they're actually like spending money. So obviously the biggest one that we've seen is Kobe Dean. Now, and we're talking about the one and only Las Vegas Raiders also gave away Geno Smith back to the Jets, which is where honestly he belongs. It was also I don't know why I'm forget. I mean they got the Ravens center. Um, they got the Ravens center. Tyler Linderbaum, Kobe Dean, Quay Walker. That's 3 Georgia Dogs. Quiddy Pay, Eric Stokes, 3rd Georgia Bulldog, Jalen Naylor, and then Matt Gay. So the Las Vegas Raiders are right now trying to reformulate what the Philadelphia Eagles have done, Georgia Bulldog style. Once again, Eric Stokes, Quay Walker, Nakobe Dean. The Las Vegas Raiders may have overtaken teams like the Chargers, who still have done nothing with all that cap space. They signed one of like the worst rated O linemen from last season, Cole Strange for Justin Herbert. That's all they could do. The Las Vegas Raiders, if they get Fernando Mendoza, Janty, if they get a receiver, Bowers, they already got Thornton. Decent solid O-line. You put a couple more guys in that O-line. Defense is clearly being revamped. The Las Vegas Raiders may overtake the Los Angeles Chargers. Sorry, Pipta. That's just the case. That's just how it is. Chargers have once again done absolutely positively nothing to mitigate what the Raiders have been doing. Tom Brady, that was crazy. Tom Brady was like, "We are not whatever we do. We are not sending Max Crosby to New England, Baltimore, 2 first-round picks. Thank you." And we're speaking of first-round picks. We're going to talk about another guy currently on the Eagles who's been in the news. We're going to talk about it, but Raiders loading up. They're looking good. Dolphins are looking. I mean, you still like the O-line is not great. Defense, but you got a guy who's going to be in a familiar system, and he seems to know what he's doing. Malik Willis. So we're going to see what Miami looks like. The Jets, the Jets, the Cowboys. We're going to be honest, as Michigan people, I know how good Rashawn Gary is. That being said, Rashawn Gary, Kenny Clark, Odigizua, Mozzie Smith, those guys are still not scaring me. I'm expecting Jordan Mailata to have a bounce back after not having clearly by far his best season. Lane Johnson coming back, a man determined, probably has a couple seasons left in him. He's going to want to go out strong. Cam Jurgens and Landon Dickerson got pushed around like 10-year-old boys last season. I expect those two to clear because they have the target on their back, so I especially expect those two to come with it next season. Tyler Steen, he clearly, I think he's reached his limit. Like, we know what he is. Bring Mekhi Becton back. I don't know if he's been signed yet, but bring Mekhi Becton back. That would be great. Revamp that O line for the Eagles. I think that'll be really good. But Eagles O line I expect to be better, so I'm not scared necessarily of Rashawn Gary. Even though Rashawn Gary is really good, there's tiers. Rashawn Gary is not Micah Parsons. Rashawn Gary is not, Jalen Carter, Myles Garrett. Like, one of these, Max Crosby, one of these guys. He's very good. Not one of those guys. Like, if Max Crosby had gone to the Cowboys, I feel bad for Joe Burrow. Like, that Jamar Chase clip, I really feel bad for the Bengals. I mean, hey, they got Boye Mafe, Bengals doing a little something defensively, but still, something's gonna have to change, or Joe Burrow might retire. But we're looking across the league. Denver Broncos, I don't know what they're doing. Now they have some grand scheme. I don't know exactly the picks situation they have right now, but the Denver Broncos just very confusing. I think PJ Lock went to the Cowboys. Released Trey Greenlaw. Jonathan Franklin Myers went to Tennessee. Tennessee's doing some stuff. Tennessee doing some stuff, making some moves. Hey, they're looking, clearly giving some Cam Ward some new help. Salah, Dayball, they're working. Now to their Dayball's former team. For the Baltimore Ravens to give up what I see currently, I'm not talking about career, I'm talking about currently right now. For the Ravens to give up the better tight end, and not get what I think is, recipient in like value, enough value in return. And I mean, you lose Wandale. So after Malik, who do you really have right now? I mean, we'll see what they do in the draft. Now it's really like, do you go Cardell Tate, Makai Lemon, or do you do Caleb Downs? Like Giants, which ones are we doing? Especially because Cordell Flott out, Tennessee. So what are you going to do there, Giants? Commanders, still the retirement home. Nobody's worried about the Commanders. The Commanders are currently failing Jaden Daniels. Just want that to be known. So when Jaden Daniels gets killed again by week 5, don't be surprised. And I'll give you guys one guess. Who is running the Commanders franchise? What other franchise do you know that we talk about routinely that doesn't give any help to its star player? He's in the Epstein files. You get it. You're getting there. You're almost there. Almost got it. It is the one and only Josh Harris that also runs the Washington Bummanders. This is what we're seeing. Currently the 76ers outside of the Sacramento Kings are the worst run NBA franchise. The Washington Commanders, the Raiders are doing something. They're like, oh, we're not that good at defense. Let's do the Kobe Dean, Eric Stokes, Quay Walker. Let's do something about it. Commanders, yeah, we're good. NFC Championship run, magical run. Yeah, we're good. We're great. Let's get Debo in here. Whose game, clearly, he can't do his game anymore because he's older. Let's not sign Terry and hold him out of camp. So when he comes back, he's not ready for it. Then he's out for the entire season with the hamstring. Let's not help out in the O-line. Let's rely on 36-year-old Zach Ertz to be the focal point of the offense. Let's rely on Quan Martin late in the ball game to make a play. Let's rely on Bobby Wagner to cover. Commanders, this is what you guys did. Commanders fans do deserve it. But feel bad for Jaden Daniels, but they deserve it. We were going to talk about one more team here, really. I'm blanking on them. Oh, yes. The downfall, the quick rise and fall of the Detroit Lions is here. Now, when I said that when Jared Goff got traded from the Rams, because he took them to the Super Bowl and put up 3 points, and Sean McVay traded him for Matthew Stafford because Sean McVay knew, not me, Paul, Sean McVay knew this is as far as Jared Goff can take us. And Matthew Stafford won with the same team in the following season after the trade. That is when I knew who Jared Goff was. Game manager, needs everything perfect around him. Now the O-line is not there anymore. You got guys leaving. Defense, one guy decided to go full GTA style this offseason. We don't know if he's going to be available. The other corner left to go to the Commanders. Kirby took out a knee Joseph. Shout out to bro. He's still there. Anzalone, gone. Your big time pickup so far is Isaiah Pacheco. Lions fans, you're done. It was a fun run, but you're done. You're cooked. Better luck next time. Jared Goff, we know who you are. But this was the Lions. Like, we knew, once again, like, I tried to, sometimes it can sound mean and harsh because I'm just real. I really try to tell people what it is. When I say stuff that the Lions are really not that good of a team, Jared Goff is just a game manager who needs everything perfect around them. When I say stuff like, can Justin Herbert win a playoff game first? Can Dak Prescott get to the NFC Championship? Can Lamar Jackson make the playoffs and get out of his own way? Can Josh Allen not turn the ball over 4 times and still be praised because at least he tried? Like, I'm sorry. Like, bro, it's tough. It's tough, but this is professional sports. Josh Allen gets paid millions of dollars. But guess the criticism, the analysis, it goes up. When Tua fails, I know who Tua is. The fact that there were convos of whether Tua is actually better than Jalen Hurts even 3 years ago, laughable. Convos, even in 2022, of would you rather have Dak Prescott or Patrick Mahomes, laughable. Like, there are just things that you just have to be blunt with people. Because otherwise they're not going to get it through their head. Like, the Chargers fans, Bills fans, Ravens fans, sometimes you just have to be really blunt or they're not going to get it. And maybe sports isn't for you. If you can't take what's clearly in front of your eyes, if you can't accept it, maybe it's not for you. And that's okay. And bro, when the Eagles play bad, when Jalen Hurts plays bad, I admit, hey, Jalen Hurts, that Chargers game was awful. He wasn't reading the field well. A.J. Brown, biggest game of the year playoffs, he dropped it. 3 drops, crucial on the 3rd down at the end of the game. A.J. Brown did that. When Jalen Carter didn't show up at points in the season, yo, JC, where are you at? You know, when Quinyon was struggling a bit, we're like, hey, Quinyon, like, we love you. You got to get back up. Like, we criticize when guys don't play well. But it's other people. It's the Josh Allen fan base. It's the Baker Mayfield fan base that make it so hard, so frustrating. That's why people are just so blunt now. And I'm not saying Josh Allen sucks or Lamar Jackson can't play football. It's just, bro, the level of hype and praise needs to be just as loud, but you don't reach the pedestal. When people are talking about Justin Herbert is in top 5 convos, and the man is 0-2 in the playoffs. Maybe, I think 0-3. Scored 3 points this year in the playoffs. Like, just keep it a stack. Keep it a buck. That's all you got to do. Keep it a stack. Keep it a buck. That's all we do here. That's all we do. But hey, some people you're never going to be able to, please, and that's okay, because not everyone's going to like you, and it's okay, it's all right. But hey, you guys continue to do you. We are going to continue to do what we are. By the way, 5 followers away from 2K on Instagram. Run it up. So get us 2K Instagram. Greatly appreciate support. Everything we're doing. Real last thing, I just remember this. Patriots fans, we told you AJ Brown wasn't coming. Y'all didn't want to listen. Now you're stuck with a guy who skips practice when he feels like he's not getting the ball enough. Now you guys are stuck with an actual headache in Romeo Doubs. So Patriots fans, y'all went through Stephon Diggs. Now you're about to go through it with Romeo Doubs. You guys deserve everything that's happening to you. Sorry, Larry. Sorry, Lyra. I mean, that's just how it is. One hate case subbed out for another. 4 years, too. Have fun with that. But A.J. Brown, this is the last thing, actually, we're going to say. A.J. Brown clearly is going to be here, like we said. So Patriots, done. Broncos, done. Whoever else was calling, like 49ers, Chiefs, it's done. A.J. Brown now. The microscope is on you. Now, you absolutely expect A.J. Brown to have a career year. New offense. Jalen Hurts is going to be ready. Devontae's going to be ready. Saquon's going to be ready. AJ needs to be ready. The microscope is on AJ Brown after last season. He needs to deliver. I believe he will. Sean Mannion, new play caller, new refreshing system in the words of Saquon Barkley. And we believe that Sean Mannion will bring the Eagles offense back to life after, there was a terrorist running the staff, Kevin Patullo, but he's now gone. And now it is Sean Mannion's time to prove himself. Nick Sirianni, hey, shout out to bro. Talk to the fam. Nick Sirianni talks to the fam, but he's got to, redeem himself. This is the NFL. Like, you got to continue to update the resume. Nick Sirianni, AJ Brown. We hope, we believe they'll come back stronger. Obviously, as the week goes on, more signings and stuff will be going on. And we'll be talking a bit more about that. But hey, it's your boy. Philly Talk PA. Always keep it a stack. Always keep it a buck. So that's all we do here. Objectivity, realist. I say what my eyes are telling me. So I do. If you got a problem, then that sucks for you. Until next time, I'm out, y'all.